found a park. Well, my mom did, and she told me about it. And I'm on the way there right now, and it's kind of weird because I have to go across this bridge thingy, and it's scary as shit. Oh my god. I think, okay, that's just water. So weird. Anyways, I'm kind of excited to go. Let me walk fast. It is windy. I'm holding on to the camera on the tripod, the mini tripod. Ow. Yeah. This place is calm. It's more an island than an actual park, and I think it's just a giant playground in terms of park. There's a huge field with a whole lot of kids playing and all that, and then there's a lot of monuments that are around. But I just love that there's water here. Wow. Oh. So what am I doing outside with no jacket on in New York? Let me tell you what the weather is right now. Now. If the phone will work. Okay. So, do you see that? Do you see that? Well, it's gonna rain later, but it is 79 now, and oh my gosh, I I'm excited. It says unusual warmth through Wednesday, then much cooler Thursday. So guess who's not coming back outside Thursday? I might. I'm not gonna say not coming back outside. I might, but uh, to be outside in warm weather, yes. To be beside water, yes. Yeah, I know. I have to live somewhere where I'm close to the water and it's warm. I know this. I know this very well. But this is peaceful. I don't even feel like I want to move from where I am because I'm kind of close to the edge and I'm like the only person that's back here. And I like it that way. It's away from the noise, it's away from everything. And even though the this is a air how do I put that? The airplanes have a route that goes over this park. So it's not necessarily quiet, but it's calming. That doesn't seem to make sense, but it actually makes sense. It's not quiet, but it's calming. I guess because of the water. It's not just a park. I think I mentioned that, but it's not just a park. They have there's this beach access area that's right behind me. It's very fenced off, and then there is a club. So I'm guessing like a golf club, but for the island. And also coming in, There was a sign saying that you had to have ID that proved your residency, and I'm like, well, I hope no one acts that because that's kind of weird. Like, is this park only for the residents around the area? That's kind of crazy. It's a park. It should be open to everyone. So that was weird walking in. And I think that bridge was was swaying, which I think all bridges sway. Because it makes sense. It can't be rigid over water and all that. But whatever. They're doing construction on it, and every step that I took, it felt like I was like, I'm like, okay, I'm not scared of heights. I actually love being very high. I'm always climbing something, always on top of something. But I'm just like, okay, um, I don't think I want to be on this bridge. It didn't feel safe. No, didn't feel safe. Just calming. I'm outside again in short sleeve. I am on my way to another park, and it's going to take more than an hour to actually get there. So, yeah, I'm just enjoying the walk right now. I've never actually been to this area before, so kind of excited about that. That did not take an hour. I wasn't even checking how long I was walking because I was stopping and, filming. But it wasn't even an hour. I don't think it was. When I got into the park, I just took the first trail that I saw. And I'm surrounded by fallen trees. It's kind of cool. But it goes to show you that whenever you want to do something, just go ahead and do it. Because I was dreading that hour walk, hour plus walk, saying that, it's too far and I can't be bothered. I don't want to walk it. And then come to find out, it wasn't far at all. This is, wow. It looks like a wilderness because the trees haven't blossomed yet, but there's a few of them that's coming out. But this is kind of cool. Too close to the sound of traffic, so I'm still gonna venture in more. But yeah, I found the park. I think it's starting to rain, but I did check the weather before I came out and I was very prepared. So I do have my umbrella in my bag. And if it starts raining, then it starts raining. I hope it doesn't rain too hard though, because that would just suck. Because there's no pavement, which is great. It's just dirt, but dirt mixed with water equals mud. So no, I don't want to get muddy. But if it happens, it happens. Nah, oh well. There's something so calming, especially being an introvert like me, to be surrounded by nature with no one in sight. Nobody. Yes. This looked like the end of the trail until I turned the corner. And I'm like, okay, I guess it goes on. But I think this area is supposed to have water, but it's very dry. And I guess, well, there hasn't been a lot of rain, but it's concerning how dry it is. Oh. I do not think I have seen, I don't know if it's called a colony, but so many clams in one place. And it's wow. I'm excited right now because when I was actually doing the drone shots on the bridge is when I saw them and I'm like, wait, are those clams? They are. I'm play a little, slow down, pay attention to what's around you because if I didn't stop and look closer, I would have missed all of that. Like all of this. What? 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 Oh my God. Well, the trail ended and left me on the side of the street. So I'm going to take that as my sign to head back before the skies decide to open up. That was fun. It wasn't the park that I thought it would be, but the hiking was fun. The book that I wanted to read at the park was The Labyrinth by Gwendolyn Womack. And I got really excited about this book because it says it's fantasy, right? And it starts off with time travel and the end of the world and the Northern Lights and basically just all the stuff that I'm interested in. And then it took a turn and went to romance. And I'm like, this is supposed to be fantasy, not romantasy. Why do you always have to have a love interest in a book? You don't need a love interest in every single book. Oh my gosh. And I do not like romance books. I don't like romance movies. I don't like romance anything. So when they show up in books, it's so cringe. It's like, first they were arguing, and then it was either to shake her or to kiss her. The kiss won. And I'm just like, first of all, if we arguing, there's no way that I'm going to kiss you. No, not happening. That is the furthest thing from my mind. No, absolutely not. So it's just like, ugh, why? 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 I don't like when books and movies and TV shows do that. It's like, can we have the actual plot of the thing stay the plot of the thing and don't go off on the side tangents that are useless towards the story? Please, because that whole romance crap didn't make any sense when it came to the actual core of the story. And the core of the story was really, really good. So it's like, why did you patch on this part? Why? Anyways, I finished the book. It kind of ended abruptly, which was like, it was disappointing. Yeah, it was disappointing because I thought it would have went further. and actually showed the conclusion of the whole quest and everything. And it didn't. It kind of left you right where the ending was supposed to really start. And I don't think it's a sequel. I don't. I think it's just a standalone book. And hopefully I'm wrong, but according to like the acknowledgments and everything, I don't think there's a second book coming. If there is one, that would be an awesome ending to this book. But so far, the story was good. Besides the romance part. The romance part was unnecessary. Just unnecessary. Yeah, I like specific books. I think maybe it's time I start including more nonfiction books, or get back to reading more nonfiction books, because I've been reading my Kindle, and it's like most of the books that Amazon really gives you for free every month, because I have Prime, are novels and series and just different books that are not basically nonfiction. Nonfiction will show up once in a blue moon, and when it does, if I'm interested, I pick it. But most of the time, supernatural and fantasy wins. Yeah, bring me to a different world, immerse me into a different planet, do all of that, and yeah, I love that. Earlier this week, I wanted a burger, and I was like, it would be easy if I just went to the supermarket and picked up one of the vegan pre-made burger patties things, and then just come home and make it. But then it's like, I don't want to do that. So I was like, okay, what do I have in the house to do it? And lentils won. So I made a lentil burger from scratch. And then, and then, and then, to make it even better, I had baked almond coconut bread on Sunday. So that became the bread for the burger buns for the burger, and it was really good. I was very impressed, because I'm like, oh, I did this from scratch. The only thing I didn't do from scratch was grow the damn spinach. It's like, yeah, but the lentils are made from scratch, and the bread I made from scratch. And I was like, oh, this is cool. This is cool. I was so proud of myself for doing that. And I did say I wanted to add more beans and just legumes, and I've been adding a lot more beans and legumes. And it's been going great, trying to decipher which recipe to use and all of that. And I've just been experimenting a lot, and I'm enjoying the process. And I feel like that's the fun part of everything. Just cooking, life in general. It's just enjoying the process. Because if you don't enjoy the process, what's the point of doing anything? Yeah, there'd be no point in doing anything. It's just like, all right, I'm here. I wake up. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to eat and then go back to sleep. Because then, there would be no point. Honestly, there would be no point. But I'm enjoying the process of cooking from scratch. Again, I used to, years ago, I used to, where I would just experiment with anything in the kitchen, because I know, if anything, I'm gonna be the only one that eats it, and if it comes out terrible, then it's like, no one else will know. I'm happy I'm getting back to that, and I'm just enjoying the days and enjoying just being present, enjoying the process. Yeah. So with that, I will talk to you next week. Bye.